January 11th, 2015. Looking back last year this time, I spent most of January, I got to see, TJ and I got to see a Beatles tribute band. And they did an excellent job looking back on it. They did a 3-stage set. They did the early Beatles. They even had Ed Sullivan lookalike on stage introducing the band because it was their 50th anniversary of when they first came to the U.S. and kind of broadcast across the Ed Sullivan Show. So 50 years ago, I think it was on January 9th. I did post something on January 11th. I thought it was 11th, so hopefully this is corresponding with that. But if not, it was still 50 years ago. Last year this time that the Beatles came. So I really wanted to see a tribute band because I hadn't seen a tribute band, Beatles tribute since Oklahoma. I remember there was a show that came through town, and I thought it was like Beatles Across America or something. Even Georgia remembered when they came through and he did a kind of a skit like that. But I remember seeing some tribute band way back when. And was a big Beatles fan. I think their music is again timeless. They made such an impression on the rock and roll world since Elvis. It was just a new genre. I'm excited this year to go see the Who. The Who's coming through town, celebrating their 50 years of rock and roll. So I'm anticipating that because that's if you've been around for 50 years. And still can get out there and rock and roll it. That's a pretty good deal. So to see the tribute band last year, anticipating that, I think one of the things building up to seeing a concert is that I go to YouTube. That's what the fantastic thing about YouTube is that they have everything there. So to see some of those early performances, I really tuned in, bought a I'll have to show it to you later, but a disc for TJ for Christmas. It was gave him a greatest hits, not greatest hits. It's called I don't have it here. One. It's the number one, but it's all their number one hits that they had over the years, and that fills up the whole CD. So that's pretty remarkable. Like I said, they got some pretty good records that they set. For the Rock and Roll Music Hall of Fame standards. It's hard to top the Beatles. I also last year got to see Paul McCartney when he came through town, so one of the original Beatles, because Paul McCartney was touring. And I remember when he went solo, when I was listening to music, it was Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings. And of course he didn't come through Oklahoma, but I remember sending off and getting one of their concert programs and one of their shirts that said Wings Over America because they were actually touring that year, and that had to be like 74, 75. I remember it wasn't too long after we moved to Yukon there, so I'm saying 74, 75. I'll have to see if I can pinpoint that a little bit more accurate. But to see Paul McCartney live in concert and hear some live Beatles music that he wrote and sung in his day and still can sing was remarkable. That was a fantastic show as well. But Beatles mania. It's either you're on the bandwagon or you're not. And so I think TJ enjoyed that as well. I took him to both the tribute and to see Paul McCartney. So good deal. But like I said, tuning into YouTube and watching all these old clips of the early Beatles, it's just fantastic. The library that they have. One of the first songs that they played on the Ed Sullivan Show, like I said, that tribute. They did three sets in the early Beatles. This was one that I remember, and they did the second wave, which was they changed this. Sgt. Pepper, all the colored outfits they had. That was pretty entertaining. And then the last Hey Jude years later, just to the end of the 70s. I think 70 was their pinpoint, 69 or 70. They had Let It Be. I remember some of that, but still early in my childhood. But I'm going to leave you with She Loves You, which is a classic Beatles song, among other ones. But here you go. Beatles, 50 years, rockin' the U.S. 50 years ago. Actually 51, counting this year. Actual recording, actual song, actual music from Ed Sullivan. Is that remarkable? January 15th, 2015.